we'll have this discussion.
Discussion? What discussion?
This is a discussion.
Combustion.
Coming to you from Denver, Colorado, this is Discussion Combustion Podcast with your hosts, Kevin Batstone and Arthur Raw.
Well, welcome back. Discussion Combustion, episode 296. Hard to believe, Art. We're doing this quite a while.
It is.
Best part about this program is getting new blood in the studio, new friends. I can already tell. Chris is a solid lad over here from Trailfunds. We're going to learn a lot of stuff. Welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It's fun how quickly things can happen, right? Because that was about a week and a half ago that you and I first met at the Outdoor Fest.
Yeah, a week and a half. Thanks for stopping by our tent, by the way. Just tucked off to the side, but you did the full.
I have your carabiner on one of my backpacks still.
Awesome.
So I'm still rocking that.
I'm glad they're out in the wild. I still got like 50 of them.
Yeah, I did ask the question when we were there because it's just fair. I was like, no, is this climbing gear? And you're like, no, definitely not.
Definitely not.
Don't climb with that.
Yes.
That's funny. I got to go next year. I heard it was a pretty fun fest.
Oh, yeah.
I was working it, obviously.
Yeah, so it's a little different to work
I
it.
got to see the last act, like Lord Hero.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was pretty much it.
And the rest of the time you were just networking, communicating with people, answering questions.
Working the booth.
Working the booth.
Trying to get the word out. I mean, we were, at that point, we were 4 days old.
Okay.
We literally launched like the week before. So,
Oh, so this is super fresh.
Yeah. So it was pretty much like the end of like this whirlwind of like, okay, do we have the approvals ready to get through the app stores, right? Do we have everything set to like actually go live with payments and things like that?
Yeah.
And it was like kind of wild leading up to it. And then you get there and you're like super excited to present, obviously what you have, but, it's a pretty raw product at the point too. So we didn't get to do as much like testing or get to push out certain things as we would have liked, but.
So it's live right now.
Oh yeah.
So the viewers can go and download your app.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the name of the app?
It's called Trailfunds.
Trailfunds.
Yeah. We're connecting trail users to trail organizations.
And the logo is on your shirt.
The logo is on my shirt.
Perfect.
Yeah, TF. All in one.
Looks
I
good.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's straight to the point, recognizable. I'm sure there was some sort of brand design that went into it. Like, let's keep it simple, direct to site, to the point.
Definitely.
Yeah. I like that.
And the Trailfunds app is to help nonprofits help with the maintenance of different trails and things of that nature?
Yeah, so it's right now especially, it's streamlines donations between trail users and trail organizations. So if we basically use like location-based notifications. So if you're at a trailhead and there's a trail organization doing work, you get like a quick push notification. It's like a couple clicks. You can do minimum donations, sort of like the Wikipedia, like a quick, like you're almost tipping them, right? Just for using a trail. But that's kind of just like the tip of the iceberg. That's kind of the functionality that we had initially like conceived as like something that's new and unique, and it kind of solves like the real big problem for these organizations. But as in like for ourselves, we want to grow and kind of be more because not everyone just wants to give money, and we hope to be like eventually a one-stop application for trail stewardship in general.
Okay. So what would like some other features be?
Yeah.
Like handicap accessible or different things or.
So pretty much anything to do with the outdoors and kind of supporting sustainable recreation is like right in our wheelhouse. So when we think about that and like what that'll include, it would ideally be like volunteer opportunities right in the app, like a centralized platform for them. Right now, you usually have to know who you want to work with. You have to go to their website. You have to plan out like months in advance. You have to look at like what they do. This would just be like a quick way to quickly scroll, see when you're available, who's doing
like,
work then.
There's some volunteer stuff tomorrow. Like I have some spare time. I'd like to help out. What's Trailfunds got going on?
Yep. Yeah.
Something
so
like
to
that.
hopefully be a list of all sorts of opportunities, and then, you can filter by whatever you're interested in. And, but as I said, we started with like trail organizations, but that's just from like a logical build perspective. Like eventually it'd be great to have other nonprofits think like search and rescue, like fire prevention, like youth corps, climbing groups. We have like mountain biking and trail hiking now. So.
Well, this is exciting. I just want to disclose this really quick. I think we were talking about this right before we started recording, how this company is less than a month old.
The app is less than a month.
Okay.
Old. The idea is a couple years old.
Okay,
but it really hasn't taken. I'd say myself and the CEO Jared for like the last 6 months have been like a full push for it.
Okay, so the app launch is less than a month old, and that's so exciting because I work in some change management, and I see what goes into planning, and to get to the point where you're confident to show an app to the user base, like you have to go through a lot to get there. So that's huge.
Yeah, I definitely would say a lot went into getting it ready, especially for like Outside Fest. We kind of set that as a soft deadline back in January, long before we knew we were going. And then we ended up going to it and getting to be at it. And it basically turned that into a really hard deadline. And if you've been in like app development, that's like a scary thing. A lot can go wrong.
Yeah.
And it certainly was a test leading up. But otherwise, it's kind of what you live for, right? It makes it exciting.
So far, so good with it?
Yeah, I think so far, so good.
Good.
It's going to be really interesting to see how the summer plays out. But you kind of ride momentum, right? And so we're trying to like make that last as long as we can. And obviously, certain things are going well because I'm sitting here right now, so talking about it.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this will help like from the marketing side too, because I'm sure that's going to be a big piece.
Yep.
Right.
It definitely is.
Getting in front of people. Now, is this a national reach? Is this all across?
Great question. It will eventually.
Okay. So right now it's a soft launch
pretty much,
Colorado?
Yes, focused on Colorado to launch. That has to do with the fact of like we built using Cotrex, which is like the state of Colorado's trail database. So we use that for trailheads on our back end. But and it's like great. Like that's what everyone kind of wants. And it's a lot of the key information. So really important, really great. But also like I'm in Denver. My buddy's in Boulder. So it's a matter of like, how do you focus on your local community first?
Makes sense.
Expanding beyond it.
No, that makes sense.
Well, Colorado has
a lot of trails.
I was looking at the national park like list, and we have 4 in the state of national parks, and that's not even to mention all the beautiful trails that are out there.
There's a lot of trails. So when people go into the app, they can get, is it like ranked information? Like this is a kind of a novice trail. Like, are you guys providing that type of information?
So that we will have some of that shortly. We basically will roll out trails. Like right now we're focused on trailheads, but we're never going to compete with All Trails or like Onyx or, I mean, even like Cotrex to some extent, because we're not a navigation tool. Like if you think about it, is one way I would like to think about it is like you have a lot of people who initially like want to get into the outdoors, and those apps are like great for that. They give you information about where do I go, what do I do, and then as people kind of start to do that, if they love it, they start to want to like give back, and they want to like contribute and like be a part of like kind of helping keep everything beautiful and kind of serene.
I see like a collaboration, and sorry to cut you short there, but I see like a collaboration type of thing between you and these navigation apps, and they could even like sponsor Trailfunds and be like, if you want to do more than hike, if you want to help, like I don't, since it's such like a new idea, like I'm just throwing stuff out there, I mean, like who knows? It's exciting.
We've had some conversations with some of those organizations.
Nice.
So I definitely think that it's something on everyone's radar. I think ultimately for them, like it'll be sort of like, let's see how these guys do. We just like, you can't partner with someone who's not even out there yet, right? Yeah. So now like, let's see how they do by themselves first before we kind of throw our full weight behind them. I think it would be great, right? I'd love to reach the user base that some of them have. But when I think of like, as I said, like it's those who want to take the next step, right? Like how do we get involved? And that can be anyway, like time, money, just even knowledge is like really important these days. Cause like, otherwise you're dealing with like more pollution, more like people going off trail, like damaging the environment, things like that really no one I think wants. It's just a matter of, how do you get the word out about this stuff? And like, how do you know who's kind of helping spread that word? And that's hopefully where we kind of fill in.
I like that.
So do you think there'll be a time like where you get to a trailhead and like you guys have like your logo on it or like a little QR code, like download here?
We've talked about that as being a way to do it. I think that would be a great solution. I don't want to ever like, there's like way more behind just putting up a QR code than I know you think. Like you deal with land mover, like the land managers on top of like,
you just go out there with your QR code and your camera and just put
a sign up.
Yeah, those wouldn't last long.
That makes sense. There's got to be some legalities to it.
But I would be a great way to get the word out. And I think like some trail orgs already do that. And we don't we're not like looking to step on anyone's toes.
Sure.
This is supposed to be an easy way for like one location, right? Because even if they do have a QR code, usually it's like, okay, now do I join their mailing list? Do I put in my credit card information? Do I do? And it's like, this is like 2 clicks. Like it should be really quick and easy to just give them some money for like, thanks for the trail, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or like, what are they working on? How did I like this trail? Like, where are they doing other work in the area? Quick and easy to find. If you have one more day or something, or you're looking for stuff to do, it's like a good, branch to do that. So I think that's really where we're trying to fill in the space.
Okay. A lot that goes into it.
I mean, I paid the additional on my license plate to donate to the parks. When you go out into nature and you like experience it, you already are receiving all this dopamine, and like it's such a healing thing. If we give our money to so many things, I could see a lot of people being motivated to preserve and help maintain. So it has its place. Like I already donate to helping the national parks and stuff, So
you're going to be a donor for Trailfunds?
I mean, I'll throw my hat in the ring. I could throw my hat in the ring a little bit.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we can do a little donation for him,
I don't know if is it a sign up to where now, since I'm considering, is it like a monthly thing, or can you just do one time?
I mean, it's like it can be both, right? Like we have subscriptions built out, so you could subscribe if you wanted to, but no, it's fully integrated with Apple Pay. Like you could just quickly in a couple clicks give to a trail org. Yeah.
Okay. Now, are you going? Can Android users through Google?
Okay. Yeah. So I think we have Link and credit cards also like set up, and Link is another payment. But I don't know if we have Google Pay yet. But if not, it'll be.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like you guys are ready to rock and roll. We got everything, the pieces in play, right? Everything seems to make sense here. Now it's getting that word out.
Exactly.
And growing the reach.
Yep. And then keep building, right?
And then keep building.
Yeah.
I like it though. I'm assuming you have a huge passion for the trails, right?
Yeah. If I'm not, that's like what drove me to this.
Sure.
Right? Like if I wasn't working, I'm playing in the mountains somewhere doing something.
Yeah. Were you gonna ask if he was a biker?
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm like everything. I like came out here. I picked up like every single activity you could. I don't do any of them like that well.
Okay.
But I do them all, and
just
I
like to have
try
fun
hard.
out there.
Yeah.
So you climb,
like
you do it all.
Yep. I climb, I bike, I run, I hike, ski. Pretty much.
Any whitewater rafting?
I have not. So I went to go to like Confluence's like kayak sale.
Okay.
And I was so close to like picked one out, right size, everything. I was like, wait, I live in an apartment.
Like, where am I going to put this?
Yeah. I was like, and my wife was just like, no way. This is too much. We can't have this in here.
You have to hang it from the ceiling somewhere.
Or just have it on your rack on your car. Look like a true Coloradan, just driving around with it all year long.
It's pretty much what I do with my bike. So
okay. Yeah. You got the bike on your car right now?
Not right now, but yeah, I have the rack. The rack doesn't come down.
He's ready to go.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's some of your preferred trails? You try to keep it close? Do you like to go to the western slope?
Yeah, everywhere. Like that was part of what drew me to this idea was like, I've supported the local trail organizations who do work on the Front Range. And like, if I'm getting out there during the week, like it's all Golden, Boulder. Like that's pretty much my limit.
Yeah. Have you been to Roxborough?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah. I've ridden in Roxborough.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's kind of like Garden of the Gods, kind of similar.
I think it's great.
Yeah,
it's really nice. Yeah,
it's not too far either, and that's the crazy thing. Yeah, is like there's all these. If you're in the Denver metro, like you can drive basically an hour and a half and see a waterfall or a mountain peak, or like there's so many things that is so close.
Easily, yeah. An hour and a half, you're in Summit County. That is a whole new world of possibility as well, yeah.
St. Mary's Glacier was the first hike I did in the state.
Oh, awesome.
And it's still one of my favorite places. It's so popular now. Like when I first came out here in 07, 08, I started exploring. I'm like, all right, let's see what's out there in the mountains. And St. Mary's used to be like this super, kind of under the wraps place that people didn't really know about. There was still firewood. You could camp up there. Now they've had to like build out the parking lot.
I think it's a shuttle even.
I wouldn't be surprised because getting up there, I don't know if you've probably been up there.
Yeah.
Forest River Road or whatever it is, those switchbacks. And you get up to that little trailhead. It's like only a quarter mile up to the lake, but all the way to James Peak's a pretty good hike. I like that one.
Yeah.
We did that one.
Yeah, that was epic.
That's always, I feel like the secret is like just get to, even if it's somewhere really popular, just like go a little further.
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden it
opens up.
you by yourself.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
It's a good feeling.
That James Peak summit that we did.
That was one of the most intense hikes I've ever done.
That was the only time I did a summit, and it was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
The winds were like 95 miles an hour at the summit. Like, it was just blowing us over.
You could see the Continental Divide. Like,
yeah.
Until you've done that, you gotta, while you're young, while you can live, there's never the right time. That's the thing that I've learned is it's so easy to give yourself an excuse, like I'll wait until blank happens, or, and people just keep kicking the can with stuff. And just making that decision and going up on that hill, on that mountain.
Get up early too. We were up there at sunrise to start the hike.
Yep. Yeah. The Alpine Start is what it's called.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, because for a lot of like, especially the bigger peaks, you're trying to beat the afternoon thunderstorms.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But an Alpine Start is like well before sunrise.
Yeah. Okay. So you get an early jump on the trail as the sun's coming up. That's epic too.
It is.
It is. It's it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, because then you're back up for like lunchtime.
Yeah, exactly.
Depending on what peak you're doing.
That lunch is delicious too,
Yeah. Bojo's right there in Idaho Springs.
Yeah, the ability, one of the best things about doing all of those activities is the ability to eat whatever you want.
Oh yeah, because you burn it all out. Yeah. What's your go-to meal after a long ride? Going pizza, you going carbs?
It's carbs almost only. Like I'm very much always going to be on the carb train as like the fuel for anything I'm doing. But like any sort of sweets too.
Oh yeah, I feel that.
Sweet too.
So now, are you more of like, if I'm going to guess, I want Kev and I to guess on this.
What do we guess?
If he's more of like a chocolate type of sweet guy, like more of a Skittle type of sweet guy.
See, I'm a Skittle, Mike and Ike kind of guy.
Or I don't think it's pastries. Oh, he
might be a Snicker guy.
It's like chocolate,
right?
I'm going chocolate.
I guess I'll take the Skittle side.
If it's candy, it's 100% chocolate.
Okay.
I really don't like.
Damn.
I don't like candy that much, but I will say I've gotten very into dried fruit as
a good sweet,
like a trail mix.
Okay.
No, like just like dried mango.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, anything like that I think is like awesome. I don't get it.
Is that what you meant by sweets?
No. I eat lots of chocolate bars.
Oh,
I eat lots of sugar. Donuts are like.
Oh yeah,
that's really
donuts.
Yeah.
So when I said not the pastries, I was completely incorrect.
Yeah.
Oh dang it.
Yeah. Donuts.
Well, I mean, before we jump on Mike, we were talking about you're from my neck of the woods up in New England, so Dunkin Donuts. I mean, Dunkin, man, we grew up
Is that
on
what
it.
you're eating?
No, of course not.
What are you going? You going with the fancy one?
Yeah, definitely.
You're not eating Dunkin? Come on, man.
I'm not gonna say no, but like, no. If we're gonna go have some donuts, it's gonna be
like Voodoo's.
Yeah, Voodoo's great.
Okay,
definitely. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, outside of Dunks, that's like my world. Being a New Englander, a couple Regula and a Boston cream.
I mean, what was the what is it? Honeydew was New England only.
Yeah,
really.
That's true, huh?
Those used to be good.
I don't think I've had a honeydew. Does it look like a bear's paw or whatever? One of those cat paw things?
I could be wrong, but I feel like it's identical to Krispy Kreme.
I think
it was in New England.
It still is, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, everything seems to be expanding outwards. Like In-N-Out's here now. Whataburger. Buc-ee's is here, which Buc-ee's is amazing if you haven't been there.
Oh, see, I thought a honeydew was a type of donut. It's actually like a franchise.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
No, franchise that was just in the New England area that served honeydew donuts as their specialty.
That's interesting.
So what is a honeydew donut?
I got to look this up
I think it's
now.
glazed.
It's just like a glazed donut?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking it up because I'm curious now. I want to see the logo of it. Honey.
Yeah. If I like those blueberry donuts, like the blueberry cake donuts that are like they're very thick and heavy.
Yeah.
Like those ones are super.
Yeah.
There it is. There's the logo.
I got to see a picture of the actual. I want to see a picture of the donut though.
Yeah, there it is, right there.
I want to see what they're working with on that.
You want to see the actual donut?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're going to show stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That looks good.
Man, now we got talking all these pastries. So that's kind of your cheat meal, or like I just rode. I'm going to go eat donuts.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's not as much of a like I try to get out as much as I can. So I guess I'm cheating all the time then too.
See, that's the hack though. Be out all the time. Eat whatever you want.
Yeah. At some point, the age is going to catch up, and I'll have to focus more on my diet. But
yeah,
enjoy it while we can. Right? How many years you been here, Colorado?
5.
Okay, so
maybe,
you're pretty new to the state. I came out here in 2007, so I've been out here a while.
Yeah.
It was a different place then.
I believe it.
Just a lot less crowded.
I mean, I would. Yeah, it's definitely crowded. I'm part of everything. All the
all
crowds
you
coming
foreigners coming to my state.
A lot of New Englanders out here.
I'm messing around.
I bump into a lot of guys from New Hampshire, Massachusetts, so that's always fun. You said outside of Boston?
Yeah, just outside of Boston.
What part?
Belmont.
I don't know if I'm familiar. I should be.
Borders Cambridge.
Okay, so kind of like east, northeast.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
I just got to keep up on my Boston geography here.
Yeah.
Do you go back for visits?
Oh yeah. Yeah. My parents have like a place in Maine too, so
nice.
I've been all over the Northeast. Really? And New Hampshire is
gorgeous.
I've never explored New Hampshire.
Live free or die, baby.
Yeah. I would think New Hampshire is like seriously slept on.
It is.
No national parks.
Is it as crowded as Colorado?
Oh, absolutely not.
Not even close. I mean, you go Lake Winnipesaukee, Mount Washington, some of those areas.
Franconia Notch.
Yeah. Beautiful.
The Conway. Yeah. Great.
Man.
Great. Awesome. I still love to go back there. It's awesome when I go back and then I do like a big hike or run there. You feel like a superhero because you're obviously acclimated to altitude.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. You could go even further there.
Jeez.
I mean, Mount Washington's like 600 and something feet in elevation.
It's the hike or the peak itself?
Well, what is the peak of Mount Washington? Do you know?
4,500 feet.
Is it that high?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. So their highest peak is still lower than Denver.
Yeah.
I think it's
or maybe it's very close. Yeah.
I mean, the highest wind speed ever recorded was up there in the world.
Wow, yeah.
Really?
212 miles an hour.
Wasn't it like Antarctica or something like that?
I mean, as far as I know, Mount Washington still
Mount
has
Washington's really interesting because you can like drive up there. And like if you hike it, it's like super frustrating because you come to the summit, there's people like flowing out of cars, like taking a photo on the summit.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like deadly. It kills people.
Drive off the side. It's like Pikes Peak.
It's super, really intense weather. Like you have to be prepared. A lot of people underestimate it.
Oh yeah.
Is it similar to Colorado, like afternoon storms? Is that typical for most mountains, like an afternoon type of treachery? An afternoon treachery?
Yeah, it's definitely a common thing. Like in
wind,
the mountains. And storms itself moving very quickly over and through them are definitely a thing.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't go up there in the winter.
Yeah.
I mean, some people get wild though. They love those snow hikes and ice climbing.
Yeah. Tuckerman's Ravine is like the famous ski run that everyone in New England does.
Okay.
I grew up near Gunstock.
Yeah.
That area. Lake Winnie. I mean, that's where I grew up. Gorgeous.
Awesome.
Lake Winnipesaukee.
So beautiful.
I'm going back for the first time, man, in almost 17 years.
Oh, wow.
That is a long time.
I'll be there September this year. I'm going for the NASCAR race and see my sweetie and a couple others.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always wanted to go check out that NASCAR race.
Loudon, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Got put on the list, man.
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah.
I know.
It's fun stuff. Different kind of vibe there.
I believe it.
Kind of the opposite of trail hikers, I would say. I don't know. You get some athletic people there, but most part people like red meat and beer. Mm-hmm. So, it's just an all-American
I like both of those things. I'm on the trails all the time. So
yeah, the meats.
Now, are you drinking? I'm gonna guess like what you drink and what you eat on this show. It's part of the gig.
It's something new apparently.
So, is the beer? Is it a stout?
No, it's almost never a stout.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to be really into IPAs.
Okay.
That was gonna be my guess.
I can't anymore.
They're too heavy. Like they'll make me pass out. If I was to drink a couple of those, I get super red in the face.
Those non-alcoholic IPAs are pretty good.
Are they?
I believe that. I've had like a couple of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I used to be super into those. Now, like honestly, it's amber, like a red ale.
Yeah.
Like something that usually has like a little more flavor than like a Coors Light. But
yeah.
Makes sense.
I like trying the lagers or like a Pilsner. It's basically like the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So many things on the market now. There's sours and all the different
I can't do a sour.
Well, people like those.
I can't do a sour.
In the Colorado summer, it's not the worst thing. I could think of other things I'd rather drink a sour in the middle of summer than a stout, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I haven't had the best sours. I don't know. It's something about the flavor.
I think there's some like good sour breweries here.
Big breweries here for sure. People love their craft beers in Colorado.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess they do in New England too, though.
Yeah.
I left there before drinking age, so I didn't really get to experience that part of the nightlife, if you will.
Yeah.
So two different worlds.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's fun stuff, man.
Basically, everybody that is my friend, that I'm from Colorado.
Yep.
No, none of my
No one's from
closest
here.
friends are Coloradans. Like, my wife is not from Colorado, and
Yeah.
it's interesting because the United States in general is just like a melting pot of a country, but then a lot of people are coming here as well. Um, it's a fun state. I actually haven't done too much of the trails. Like, it's weird being a local because anyone who moves here, they seem to have done more than I have.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
Well, people move here for that, though.
No, I know that, but I still don't understand why no one in Colorado
Like the natives.
a lot of Colorado natives, they're like casual hikers or like they don't ski much.
Or yeah,
And I get like obviously that's the biggest driver of people coming to the state, but I don't never understood why. Like I don't know. I feel like for myself, if I woke up and saw the mountains every day, I'd be like,
got to get
I
out there.
wonder
Yeah.
what's going on up there.
Have you
Yeah.
been to Telluride or Durango in that area?
Yeah.
See, you haven't even been there, have you?
No.
And you've lived here for how many years?
I haven't been to Telluride my whole life.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. No, I think it's
They have a bluegrass festival
here-
coming up.
I mean, look,
I'm actually going.
Telluride
Are
is
you
on
going?
the it's on the
We'll get into
list.
that in a minute.
No, it's on the list, and I've heard great things about the bluegrass festival.
It's
out
like the
there.
biggest one in the country.
Is it
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Like the tent run, like the day one where everyone's getting their spots. It's insanity.
really?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they like have like a queue.
So yeah,
And,
like,
like, a
when
line?
the lot opens, people are like running in to get the best spot for their tent. You
Oh
know,
gosh,
Yeah. I heard about all that.
are you gonna do it that way? You
The
camping
tent
it?
So I am camping it,
Oh,
but
man.
me and my buddy who's coming out for it, we both got like terrible lottery draws. So I think we're in like the faraway campgrounds. So I don't think it's as
Mm.
much of a
So
concern.
that's actually better, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
A little less chaos, but you still have to stagger through all the chaos. People are
Yeah,
doing
of
wild
course.
things, and man, you see some. It's like going to a NASCAR race.
I might be delusional, but I have been convincing myself that I'm gonna get out and like hike or bike in the morning and then go enjoy bluegrass for the rest of the
That's
day.
ideal.
And that sounds amazing to me.
Would you call it the Alpine Hour?
Oh, I won't be doing an Alpine Start for those.
Okay.
Alpine Start.
No, I think the festival goes to like 2 a.m., right?
It
Oh,
does,
wow.
and they rock roll. Dirks Bentley usually makes an appearance unannounced. He just loves it
Yeah.
because he lives up there. I don't know if you're a
Okay.
Dirks Bentley fan.
Okay.
but
I like them, yeah.
yeah, the bluegrass stuff's fun, man. We saw the Traveling McCourys.
Yeah.
They're always there. The Del
Yeah.
McCurry band, those guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bluegrass has changed a little bit with new grass and some of the new flavor coming in.
Yeah, I am pretty new to it, honestly. But it's great. Like live, I think it's just amazing.
Amazing musicians.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so incredible.
Yeah, that's one of the first things I did when I came to Colorado. I didn't listen to bluegrass or country back in New England.
Yeah.
Because it's not really that vibe. You know, it's more like rock and roll, hard rock, a little bit of folk, like punk rock, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like that's how I tell like the music scene of Boston feels. But I haven't
Yeah,
been
yeah.
there in so long, so EDM's crept in a little bit. But
Yeah, Boston's kind of all over the place.
that's a melting pot too, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's
United States.
That's a city you got to go visit.
I'll go check it out. Craig, one of our friends, spoke highly of it recently.
Was he there?
Yeah, on like a little conference, something like that.
Nice. Yeah.
So he said he enjoyed it. But back to your mountain question of the locals,
Yeah.
I will say that I have completely appreciated the mountains my entire life.
Yeah.
So there is that. Like, I think they're absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. And then when I go to other places, you can tell that it's not there, right? And then you come back home, and every time I've traveled and I've come back home, I'm like, oh man, I'm so happy that I live here.
Yeah.
Right. And there is like this urge, but I feel like, a lot of people want what they don't have.
Right.
And so, especially if you're from an area, sure, you had some mountains out there, but not like the Rockies.
Yeah,
sort of,
they're
right?
definitely not like
They're
the
like
Rockies.
hills.
Yeah. So it's kind of, I feel like it might go into that like psychological realm of like, okay, it's unaccessible. So let me move there. And then since there's that conscious decision, then there is more of a want to completely fulfill that need, as opposed to when you're born around
Yeah.
that environment. It is kind of normal. Like I've tried skiing and stuff, and it was just never my thing. I do love to go hike and mountain, but I don't plan it like I should, right? Like I should be like once every other weekend or trying to like schedule stuff to get out there. 'Cause every time I've went, I've never regretted going, right? Like
Yeah.
it's always so beautiful.
I mean, that's 100% it. Like I've had bad days in the mountains, but I've never been like, I that's not going to keep me away.
Probably weather related, right? Some of the bad ones, like running out of thunderstorms and
or just me being not that smart. But yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah,
We've all had moments like that. I have them frequently.
bad decision making, stuff like that. But yeah,
that's
It's part of the learning
I was
process.
gonna say that's
it is. Yeah.
Thomas Edison failed the light bulb 1,000 times before, right? And he got it right, and everyone was like, "You're a genius."
Yeah.
Like people only look at the failures if you let that stop you, right? So if you fail but you keep going, like eventually it happened. Like I was listening to this stuff about how Henry Ford demanded his engineering team to create a V8 engine, and they couldn't. They couldn't do it for over a year. They're like, this can't be done, and they couldn't do it. And then he's like, no, we're gonna have this V8, and then eventually it just happened.
Yeah.
So
Henry Ford's the man. I have his last name tattooed on my arm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
Kind of a gearhead.
Major.
Well, I don't know about major, but yeah.
Well, because you're not working on cars.
I mean, I like tinkering on cars.
You know.
I don't know if I know as much as this guy, but
yeah.
Didn't you say you were kind of in that a little bit?
No, not really. Briefly.
Okay.
I went through a phase of it, really.
Okay.
But I'm not. I wouldn't call myself any bit of a gearhead, and I definitely since then have been more focused on, as I said, everything I do now is focused on outdoor recreation.
Fixing the bicycle instead of changing the oil on the
Yeah,
ride.
exactly. It's a lot easier, as it turns out, too.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I almost bought a bike last year. I was like, I want to get back into this,
They're crazy expensive.
They're super expensive because I don't want to buy just an okay one.
Yeah.
If we're going to do it, let's get something decent.
Yeah.
And then I started I just got overwhelmed with all the stats. And it's like, well, you need this for this. And
what kind of bike were you looking to buy?
I want something that I can, kind of cruise around where I live, so not super hilly. But if I'm feeling frisky, I want to go, not anything too wild, but just a easy mountain bike.
Yeah. You could probably get one of those for not too bad.
For probably $600-700.
Yeah. I would think that you could get something that'll do everything that you'd want without. And if you really wanted to see if you wanted to take the next step, just rent one for a day.
Mm.
That's the problem with me. Like I was telling with my gambling, once I go in, it pulls me in.
I mean, you should see my gear room. It's once I get a taste of some activity, it's just
we need more.
So you have your biking outfit?
I have biking stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. The gear.
Yeah. I have all sorts of climbing gear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still looking at it.
And the shoes?
Oh yeah. I have 3 pairs.
You said you have a whole gear room.
Yeah.
So and we couldn't fit the kayak in there, huh?
So it's new. I'm in a new place.
Okay,
now.
okay, this is a different time.
Yeah, I'm now back on the market for a kayak.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, we heard it first here on DCDC.
He's back in.
It's reaching the end of the season, anyways, for it.
Right. That's kind of true, huh? With all the snow runoff and
it came early this year.
It did.
Hmm.
Yeah, a lot of rain too this year.
Yeah,
I love the rain.
One of the rainiest since I've lived here for sure.
Yeah, that rainy vibe is awesome.
It's I don't mind it, especially as it rains in Colorado, the hour, 2 hours,
it's not much.
But it definitely impacts how I can do stuff. And with Denver, I don't know. I don't think I've seen this much rain since I've been here.
Yeah. No, I mean, being from here, this is one of the second most rainiest seasons I've seen.
Well, I heard a stat that it's been rainier since March. We're rainier than Portland and Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
It is wild.
I mean,
by the end of the year, they should catch up, though, right?
We'll see. We'll see what kind of summer we get. I mean, it's either going to be hot and dry or...
Let's double down on it.
This guy. And then we go into winter, which you've experienced a couple of those here now. Those are super unpredictable.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get nothing. Sometimes you can go ride your bike in January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not something we really had in New England. I mean, we did, but we didn't. I mean, the snow would stick around until March, the snowbanks. And
it doesn't do that anymore.
Really? It's changed?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
It's been 17 years.
I know. I'm dating myself here.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
It barely. I think this winter was pretty cold, but
was it
the last before this? And I spent a couple of years in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
It's no snows around for a couple of days.
So. You had some pizza in New York, right?
Oh yeah.
Was it what they say?
The pizza is good. It's definitely it's definitely a lot better than Colorado.
Oh man,
yeah.
I've been on the hunt for pizza here,
but I really think the bagels are that's
really?
The true difference. Yeah.
Okay.
Those are way better.
And it's a boiled bagel, right? They do it differently.
Yeah.
Good stuff though. Bagel and a schmear.
Yeah.
They have a Rosenberg bagel, I believe, and that's a New York style. And they even fly their dough in water. I think they import their water.
They say
from
it's the
New
water.
York.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They say it's the water that does the New York bagels. At least, I mean, what do I know? But
Yeah, I mean, New York water, like the public water, just regular tap water from New York.
yeah,
That seems concerning.
It seems expensive. Like I know logistics, and water's not light,
yeah.
To move, yeah.
and how much water, how many bagels are they putting out? How many liters of water are we dealing with getting imported from New York here to Colorado?
I know, it leads to more
You know?
questions.
I know. No idea.
It's okay. That's funny. Best pizza, I think, is New Haven.
Yeah, New Haven's really
So
good.
that's like 45 minutes east of New York.
Yeah.
But the style of New Haven, like the kind of crispy cheese top,
Yeah,
thin
yeah.
crust. So it's similar to that thin New York crust, but I like it a little bit crispier.
Yeah,
As Portnoy says, no flop.
yeah.
Right? Do you ever watch his pizza reviews?
I've seen a couple. Yeah.
Man, he's between his betting and his pizza, man, he's living the life.
Wait, this is the same guy that
Dave
you're
Portnoy,
talking
yeah.
about
Does the pizza reviews.
betting $750,000,
Bro, his bets are crazy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's the pizza guy.
He's the pizza guy.
Ah, this
But
guy.
he started his career, Boston guy.
Okay,
Barstool Sports. He sold the company for $400 million and then bought it back for $1.
that's
So,
crazy. How? I mean,
he worked the deal. That's Portnoy.
that's Portnoy.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Portnoy, but I definitely would recognize his name if somebody said it.
Oh yeah, no, he's pretty. I mean, when it comes to gambling, I stopped taking his picks though. Every time I take Portnoy's picks, I lost. I'm like, come on, Dave. You're supposed to be the guy here. He's going wild. These parlays. I'm done with the parlays, man. I'm not doing those anymore.
What is a parlay exactly?
It's some 4, 5, 6 picks.
Okay.
You're saying you're betting on all those things that have to occur.
Oh, okay.
So you use it most likely to pick a whole bunch of favorites.
And that's to
so that you still
spread
make
out.
money. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
parlay.
they're tough to hit. Like I was doing a few on the NBA games, like plus 25 points, 3 rebounds. I'm like, come on, man, I need 2 more points. Didn't hit it.
Yeah.
Gambling is so dumb.
It's
but
so dumb.
It's so fun. It's so fun and dumb.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. It's just dumb.
It can make a very dull thing very entertaining.
That is kind of true. Well, yeah, because then you have skin in the game and
Yeah.
you root for. It's like horse betting, right? I like to bet on horses live action at the track. I'm not going to watch that on TV if I don't have any skin in the game.
Of course not.
But I'm like, come on, I want the 7 horse,
Yeah.
right?
It's fun to go play that role.
Of gambling.
Yeah. So I was listening to this audiobook today that was talking about our minds and how our ego identifies ourselves and how there's like different roles. And we do this unconsciously. Everybody plays these different roles. And how like being an adult is a role and it's not typically associated with like having fun. It's a very responsible kind of frank type of role. So there's like a parent role. There's all types of roles. So what I'm trying to identify with this is like when I'm playing roles, noticing that I am, and when you are aware of yourself playing a role, then that breaks the ego's control. Like the ego is what's kind of moving our subconscious through things. It wants to have an identification. And so when you are aware of the role that you're playing, and there could be multiples, then that helps separate yourself from the ego, hence bringing you into the present more. And so I forget how I was tying that in to this conversation.
It got pretty deep there for a
quite
moment.
frankly, but no, this stuff is really interesting to think about.
Well, there's probably truth to it.
And
Yeah.
like how like we try to fulfill these different roles, and how the hippie movement actually was very interesting.
Like the 70s.
Yeah, like late 60s and all that.
Culture.
And because it brought in this type of new environment where it's like, we're in these man-made roles, which were essentially thoughts, and then those thoughts became a society norm, and then people work to play in these different, here's my job title, here's this, and so it's just kind of interesting to think about. What were we talking about right before
Gambling.
Gambling.
Oh, so the role of a gambler, you can have fun, I'm saying, and like I don't know how I was tying that in.
I appreciate where you're going with
But
it.
it's important stuff, because if you're not thinking about what you think about, then your mind is going to just go wherever it wants to go.
Well, we live in a world of social media that fill in that instant void of which you say you don't really do social media, which is great.
That is.
But a lot of people get pulled in those TikToks and Instagram reels and all that stuff. It's like a constant battle for our attention.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. Like I'll still sometimes find myself into like a YouTube like
a short.
hole. Yeah.
Pulls you in.
Yeah. They're incredibly good at it. But that's like that just more of that is like what pushes me outdoors.
It's good.
It's just like when you get a detox from it, I feel like I realize how great it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good statement.
Yeah.
Now, do you find yourself when you're out on the trails doing the bike, like, do you find yourself like really like enveloped in the present? Like you're like, oh, this is fun. Like you notice yourself enjoying it as it happens, right? Like I feel like that comes more naturally when you're like experiencing things outside of your screen because you're looking at their lives, you're looking at this other stuff.
I'm definitely far more present if I'm out on a trail.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm generally just like happier, right? I usually like, no matter what, I'm having a good time out there. And but I mean, there's also like there's aspects of it. It's like, oh, you're kind of like if you're tired and you're suffering and stuff like that. And I don't know. I find it to be like the best way to reflect, to get like a clear head and clear thoughts, and like kind of think about and reflect about like how things are going. For me, it's like a long day out. That's the way to do it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Good recharge. Anytime I go camping, I don't bring the phone other than like to play some tunes. Just completely disconnect from it and just being out there in nature. I always come back feeling more rejuvenated than like sleeping 10 hours in my bed.
My wife and I went to Montenegro last year.
Ooh.
And that week, you know how it gives you your phone time for the week?
Mm-hmm.
It's like 15 minutes a day.
Isn't that great?
And I was like, I felt incredible.
Yeah.
It was like, that was the highlight. No, I'm kidding. But
Yeah.
like,
that's a big statement.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Because, you look at screen times now. Some people obviously have emails to respond to, and they're going to be on Trailfunds, so they're going to be doing some screen time there.
Yeah.
There's things we have to do, but it's like, TikTok 6 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I'm not seeing those numbers.
Hey, that was my stat. You're sharing my stat.
Yeah, sorry, Art. I'm airing out your dirty laundry here.
Yeah, he's sharing my stats over here.
6 hours on TikTok.
No, but after that 6-hour day, and I actually looked at my total report, it was like 10 hours of phone time that day. And like, that's when I was like, I have to be more present. And like, how do you do that when you're working at home or for whatever? So I try to go on walks, or try to listen to an audiobook or like.
Yeah, you're pretty active.
Clean the apartment. I don't know, but it's about being present and disassociating yourself with the roles that we believe we need to play, because like it's changing how I'm looking at money and stuff too. Like everything is kind of temporary, right? And like there's so many things to stress out about, and like if you're trying to go after it, you're overcoming your failures, failing multiple times and then succeeding and going after things that you believe in, then you're actually living. And so many people get caught up as far as like trying to wear the right brand and fit in a certain way, or you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I think you basically just described like what drives me to the outdoors in a nutshell.
Mm.
Is like, and especially with like me taking on all sorts of different things. It's like, some of them have steep learning curves. Like I've been climbing now for like 4 or 5 years. I'm not a good climber. I'm like an average climber.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, how do you grade that? Like,
there's literal grades.
Is there?
And like,
okay,
like there's literal grades for like different types of climbs, and then it's just like you like any of the climbers you've heard of, like Alex Honnold, like the free solo guy. Like, I can't touch like the thing he like.
That'd be so
climb without a
terrifying.
rope. And I could probably do like so to there. I'm so far off, but as described, like. So I'm failing all the time. And you kind of, to progress, it's like a matter of like kind of stepping out of your comfort zone and like really pushing yourself. And so that's like, I think the outdoors provides like an endless opportunity for that, to like really kind of give yourself a test piece and like see how it goes. And usually like I feel way better even after.
What's like a specific event that you could recall was a struggle and then you overcame it?
Like an event?
Like as far as like either you didn't want to make that summit that day, or you felt like the software company like something, and then it ended up working out.
Yeah, I'd say, it's hard, especially when you talk about like the outdoors. It's hard to ever, like, you have to be willing to accept failure or you're going to get yourself hurt. Like, you have to know when to fold them, when to walk away. Like I literally had a moment last week where I went out biking and it was pouring rain, and I was like, oh, it's whatever, it's nice. I don't get to do this often. Then ate it like 4 times on the descent, like just brutal, beating up my legs because it's so slick.
Oh,
damn.
geez.
Like so you were going down.
Oh yeah, just
high speeds.
not slow, but I was after the first one, it was not fast at all.
Yeah.
It was literally like, all right, let's just try and get off this. But yeah, so in that case, like always, you kind of try and see where that line is or where that limit is, and like the good thing about like climbing is like it's super easy to test it, right? Like I know if I'm a climbs rated, something 512, like that's gonna be tough for me. I'm gonna fall. It's
So
just getting
is it 10
comfortable with
like the hardest?
I don't know what is officially the hardest, but there's two types of grades. There's like bouldering and multi or like top rope lead, and those ones it's like 515 is the hardest maybe, and for like bouldering maybe V15. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I've never heard those things before. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
like,
I haven't really done climbing. I did a little bit back in high school, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's one of those another thing where it's like that's another expensive hobby.
I bet it is.
Yeah.
Because then you start figuring out, like, oh, I need a better gear here. And
mhm.
I don't know, REI or wherever you shop. A lot of
Yeah.
it's maybe online probably.
Yeah, it's so expensive, and it's one of those many of the sports. It's like this gear keeps you alive, so
Right.
they can charge whatever
You
they
have to
want
invest
for
heavily
it.
into it. Yeah. That's a good point. They kind of have
Yeah.
a threshold on the market. Like, you need this, or when you fall,
Yeah.
you're done.
Yeah, a lot of it falls into that. The ski stuff, especially.
Mm,
See
yeah.
that?
And then you see something out there, you're like shopping, it's like too cheap. You're like, I'll probably die with that. You're like, it's too cheap. I can't go for that.
Can't be rolling the dice on that. Now, is your wife into climbing and being outdoors?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It makes it easy.
And
I've,
how did you two originally meet?
we met at school.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh,
way
so
back
she's
in
from back
college.
home too, huh?
She is from Long Island, and then
Okay.
we went to Villanova, and that's how we met.
Right on.
Yeah.
It's a fun story.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's always fun hearing how people met.
Yeah.
I met my wife on Facebook.
Interesting.
Yes.
I mean, that's like so. Was that before the age of dating apps?
No, it was pretty recent.
Okay.
So it was in the mix, and I was like, Facebook's one of the best ones
Yeah.
because like, it's not obviously not Instagram. It's
I've never done online dating.
Tinder.
Tinder.
Tinder's the Instagram of the dating apps in my
wouldn't
mind.
know.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, I kind of missed it.
I've never done. Yeah, I
It's
was never into
scamish.
that.
It's very scamish, and that's the
I
thing is
believe
like,
it.
they have this whole market of replacing someone's loneliness with a meaningful relationship.
Which AI is doing now.
That's crazy.
That stuff's getting wild.
This
People
is
have like AI
outrageous.
girlfriends.
Yeah.
It's just going to get more and more into AI. I mean, every day it's getting stronger. These videos are coming out. I'm like, is this even real?
Yeah.
It's
You know,
getting
It's
a lot
easy.
better.
It's easy to get duped. Yeah.
That's the problem. It just we used to talk about clickbait. It's well past that now.
Yeah.
Especially with the older generation, that believe everything on the news and
Yeah.
that type of stuff. I mean, that's who they're preying on.
I know.
They're like, oh, give us your credit card number and you'll be good.
I mean, all of this, that sort of scam culture, like when
Terrible.
you can go down, like there's some interesting podcasts on it
Mm-hmm.
and things like that, but it's crazy. It's wild. I don't know how people like scammers like wake up and like look themselves in the mirror.
And feel good about themselves as being a
I
con
get
artist.
like, who am I to judge
Sure.
living in the relative comfort that I live in? But yeah,
That's
it's
fair.
hard.
I mean, there's like a moral code.
Yeah.
Like I feel every human intuitively knows right or wrong, unless if you literally have like a brain condition of some sort. And
Yeah.
all these scammers are smart enough to know better. Like honestly. And here's the thing: is karma's gonna catch up regardless to everybody.
I
Like
agree with that.
everything you've done, like there's a cost to it.
Yeah.
Especially
I
if
hope
you
so,
put money
yeah.
on like DraftKings or something.
See what you did there. Bringing it around. I mean, the big message from this episode is get outdoors,
Yes.
is to get involved with trail funds,
Yeah.
fun stuff coming down the pipeline.
Put the screen down.
Put the screen
even
down.
though it's
So
an app,
crucial.
Yeah.
which is
I know it's kind of, we kind of pitch it the same way too. Like, oh, stay off your screens, but watch our podcast.
it's tough, right? Because we didn't know what to build to do this, because there is that element of like, you want people to be engaged.
Mhm.
And so hopefully, I mean, especially as we step away from just like the donating piece, which is, I shouldn't say step away. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be a core piece of our functionality,
Sure.
because it's what the organizations need. But when we talk about like events and like volunteer opportunities, like those are pretty great. Like it's awesome to get out there.
Yeah.
And that is stepping away from the phone. And that is the kind of stuff that gets people coming back. And so it's really, I mean, that's hopefully what we're pushing people towards. But yeah, we're using an app to do so.
But it's a healthy use of it, like we were talking about, being able to eat pizza and donuts after the ride. You just got done doing an epic hike. You're going to jump on there, maybe throw some donations around.
Yeah.
It's a good balance.
Well, here's the thing: is there's so many time suck apps where literally there is zero benefit. You're watching absolute garbage, horrible behavior, and normalizing this stuff. Or you're on Trailfunds finding an awesome trail that you could go volunteer at or donate to keep things working well. Like, there is a positive use of time with technology, but we have to be conscious of how we're using it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to be better at least. Because it's so easy to get
control.
sucked in.
We can control, yeah. Because it's a constant battle for our time, and spend some time outdoors, man. That motivates me to get out this summer. I'm ready. It's been a little while.
Yeah. It's a beautiful state.
It really is.
There's a lot.
I love the Western Slope too. I feel like we were talking, kind of stay close. So driving range. If you're going to do Western Slope, like, it's a weekend trip.
I would say I worked for a company that was out in Grand Junction.
Okay.
Before I'd gone out there, it was, people kind of talk poorly about it. I love it.
It's great. I think Montrose is a gem.
Montrose is nice. I like, obviously, Black Canyon is great.
Yep.
Right out there. But like even Grand Junction and Palisade, and then if you go up to like Fruta, like that biking is some of the best mountain biking in the state.
Really?
For sure. And then I think like, the wineries are really nice. It might not be like California quality, but like sitting out there and like looking at like the mesa and everything is pretty incredible. And just like, as I said, they really invested. They have great climbing there too.
Really?
Yeah. The western part of Colorado is awesome.
It's definitely slept on. I think just because of the drive time from Denver, people are like, where can I go that's under 2 hours?
Well, the other thing is they'll be like, oh, I'm this far. I should just go to Moab.
Yeah, or that. Yep. Right. Let's push another hour and 15 and we're in Moab, which is a cool town too.
Yeah. The Moab's
badass.
Stunning.
I've only driven through like Utah going to California, and those views, we never stopped. I've never stopped in there. And so I got to get out there.
The Utah like road trip, the what do they call it? Like the Big 5 National Park road trip. I've never heard someone come back from that and say anything.
So there's 5 in Utah?
There's at least 5, but there's 5 big. It's like Arches, Canyonlands, Bryce Canyon, Zion, maybe. It's there, and you do them. It's like a 6-7 hours, I think, between them or something. Maybe I'm off on that, but it's incredible.
So
and
it's
they're
like
all pretty
a
unique.
week journey,
or
something like
it's
that.
Like a week off.
That'd be
fun. That
though,
sounds
road
fantastic.
Trip.
Yeah, you just save up some gas money and
like I know guys that do a lot of dirt biking out there too. It's a big dirt bike culture.
Yeah. It's big in OHV and stuff like that.
Yeah,
bigger than
Do you do any dirt biking?
I don't do any dirt biking.
Okay.
Another thing I probably wouldn't mind, but in living in Denver,
again,
it's
one of those things. You got to transport it around. You need a truck.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, he's going to buy a kayak by the time we see him next.
Yeah, I know, right?
Exactly.
This was a fun one, man. Thanks for coming down and talking about trail funds and hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
We'll get you back on again. We like to do repeat guests, so get you back on maybe, see where you're at. And
hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we want to help promote, and then next time you come on, you're going to be like a $1 billion company.
Heard it here.
We're a nonprofit, so we won't be that.
Or you won't be that. They're a nonprofit.
But it'll be great to come back, and thanks for having me. Especially so close to 300, which is awesome. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. It's been quite a journey. And everybody out there, enjoy your journeys. We're gonna keep it moving. A lot of fun. We're gonna drop all the links, everything necessary below in the comments, in the show notes, so you could just take a quick look at that and support Trailfunds. What a great conversation. What you got, Kev?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, man. This is a good combo for sure. Learned a lot. Probably going to learn a lot more. And where we can do to drive traffic your way and help out in any way we can, we will.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
You bet.
It's awesome. A lot of fun.
Chris, we're going to talk soon. And catch us on Happy Friday, America tomorrow.
Be good to yourselves. You deserve it.